There we go. Hey, how is everybody? I am here at my office enjoying my lovely couch as I was attempting to get caught up on all my emails. I did not, but it was a good attempt and a really good try. And sometimes that's just all you can hope for. So, yeah, I don't know. I should be at home cooking, especially since I'm super hungry right now, but I don't know what I want to make for dinner. Probably something with chicken and spinach. I don't know. I have no idea. So we'll see. I might just grab a pizza on the way home. So bad. It's been a long day, but it was actually a really good day. So love that. I absolutely love that. I talked to a couple of agents that were thinking about joining our brokerage, which is really cool. We just had a couple of agents join our brokerage, so super excited about that. Um, One is like gung ho, ready to go, setting it all up, doing it right, already talking to buyers, which is awesome. And another one, I'm not really sure, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Don't want to judge. So, like, as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and supporting them and helping them, I'm happy. And then whatever they do with that, up to them. So, that's the thought anyway. I don't know. But I had weird conversation with one of them. She kind of freaked me out a little bit. I'm thinking, yeah. So, yeah, I was considering her for joining our brokerage, but I think her way of doing things and my way of doing things uh, did not coincide. Um, so yeah, it was actually a very scary conversation. I was like, that's not legal, like, at all. And so, yeah, that freaked me out really bad. I don't know if that's actually how it was set up, but, yeah, it was very scary. I was just like so, she actually didn't end up joining us because she was trying to negotiate a higher commission, and I really, what she was saying just kind of freaked me out. So and this is like it's a normal thing for well, it's the easiest way for a real estate agent to lose their license, completely, totally. And then once you lose your real estate license, you can't get another license, like you because it's all the same licensing thing. It's called the DBPR, and yeah, so kind of freaked me out a little bit. But one of the ways that is like the easiest way to lose your real estate license is if you are a real estate agent and you have escrow, like other people's money in your bank account. Like the only one in Florida, like the only ones that can hold an escrow account is the broker of record. So even if you're a broker associate, means you're not the main broker, you can't do it either. So um I get asked this question a lot in the property management classes that I teach, and it's kind of scary how often this question gets asked. And I see it so much. But they will literally ask me, well, my broker doesn't want to do property management and doesn't want to hold escrow because it's a lot of liability and a lot of stuff. So I was like, okay, well, I can get that. So you can't do property management. And they're like, oh, no. My broker said that I can go ahead and do it on the side in my own name. Uh-uh. No, no, you can't. No, no, mm-mm. No, you can't. And also, the people that are entrusting you with their money, what happens if you get sued or you lose your license and you disappear with the funds? Those are people's security deposits and stuff. That is truly terrifying to me because, like, we have it not only in escrow account, but they're in trust. Like, if I get sued, that money doesn't go to anybody. That's not my money. I need everybody to understand that's not my money. Um, but if you are a sales agent, meaning you have it's basically an apprentice license, which is what, like, literally 90% of, real estate agents out there have is an apprentice license. So you have an apprentice license, but you are doing business as if you are the main character. Um, you will lose your license in 2.2 seconds. Like 2.2 seconds. It is yeah. so yeah, I was talking to somebody and they were going into way too much information, way too many details about how they had set all of that up, and I was like, nope, I don't want to know, and I don't do that. And the agent freaked me out a little bit, so it was okay. It's fine. It was fine. So I think we both mutually agreed that um we were not a match for each other, because I do things legally, and that like, yeah, it is a lot of liability. Yeah, there is a lot of overhead and stuff like that when you do it the right way and legally and all above board and everything. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure that they don't do Starbucks in jail, and I don't want to go there. So yeah, gonna go with no on that one. But it is truly, truly amazing how many people with a real estate license are doing that illegally and thinking it's totally and completely fine because their broker told them it was okay. You know what happens? They go before the Florida Real Estate Commission and they are like saying, "Well, my broker told me that it was okay." And they're like, "But you went to the class and you passed the licensing exam which said it wasn't okay." And then the broker's nowhere to be found. They're not up there. They're like, "I didn't say that. Prove that I said that." It's not the broker that gets in trouble. It's, well, normally it's the licensee because they're the ones that did it in their name. So totally scary. Totally scary. Hey, it's Flying Lion. Oh my goodness. Hello. What happened today? Good evening, Andrea. Me and my wife are looking to move to Ocala next year. Awesome. Oh man, my crystal ball broke long ago, my friend. Like long ago. Okay. Chief, you're here. Hello, the gang's all here. No, I'm at the office. I'm not cooking tonight. I'm probably gonna grab a pizza. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know, because my husband wasn't feeling good last week, and pizza may actually end up killing him. So, and I don't want to bring home pizza and be like, smell the wonderful goodness, and then give him like soup. That would be so mean. But at the same time, I really want pizza. So I don't know. I don't know. But that's pizza's not good either. So I don't know. Um, so I don't know, how's the housing market going. So far, it is steady, I guess would be the easiest way to put it. So we had we had some craziness in Florida. You may have heard. We had 2008 crash, and Florida was like one of the hardest hit places. And that lasted for, I mean, a solid 10 years, which was funny because I actually heard some predictions that it would last 10 years, and it was almost like to the day. It was creepy. So yeah, we came out of that and we were steady. We were pretty steady. It was okay. It wasn't like craziness. It was about like what it is now. And then not too long after that, we started, picking up. And then COVID hit. And Florida became like, it went from that cousin you don't talk about to the most influential, wonderful member of the family, that your long lost cousin. It was really super fast. I did not sleep for, I believe, 2 years. I'm not entirely sure, but you work when there's work. So that was a little intense. That was a little intense. And then now it's kind of like gone back to steady. And so it actually slowed down, excuse me. No, it actually really did slow down for a good solid 6 to 8 months, because the interest rates went back to a normal interest rate. They're not double digits, but they're not in like the lowest digits, humanly impossible. Because 2 and 3% is like, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry, but that is ridiculously low. So now they're at like 6%, right in the sixes. And I think at this point, everybody's like, okay, so we didn't get the 2 or 3%, but it's also Like, it's been at 6% for quite some time now. I think we're just gonna go ahead and it is what it is. This is the new normal. So now we have buyers coming back into the market, which is great because they were, like, really shy. They were like, "Oh, well, the market went up. Maybe it's gonna come back down." No, no, it's not gonna the devastation that would have to happen to our entire economy for us to have even close to a 3% interest rate on a mortgage again, I don't actually want to see that. That would be very, 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 very not good. So everybody would be unemployed and foreclosed upon again. And I really don't want to see that. I've been there and I've done that. And I came out with a brokerage. So, I can handle it, but I don't want to do it again. That wasn't actually fun. Uh, so yeah, it's now steady. I guess that would be like the easiest way to say it. We have buyers hitting the market, we have sellers selling, we have plenty of houses on the market. It's just steady. It's just whatever. So unless we get an incredibly crazy massive recession again or a global pandemic, because that I did not see coming. I mean, I saw the movies and stuff, but like really. Um, Unless there's something like catastrophically strange that happens, I'm gonna say it's gonna just keep on staying steady. So um, I can't predict a global pandemic. Who could? But we actually did pretty good for the last one. Really, really good. So if that does happen, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. So that's fine. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But so far, right now, it is just a regular, boring, steady real estate market. And everybody's going, what just happened? It's so slow. And I'm like, no, 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 no. This is normal. This is normal. I know we haven't seen it lately, but this is actually normal. You go out and you talk to the buyers and the sellers and you make the connections and you do your thing. Because a lot of them got into the market during the pandemic. And so they thought that was a normal market. And I didn't sleep for 2 years. That is not normal. So no. So this is normal. This is absolutely normal, steady. We're golden. We've got houses to sell. We got people wanting to sell them and being reasonable. And we've got buyers that are able to buy them. And it's very beautiful. And I like it. And I think we're going to start doing classes again on how to buy a house and what are the steps for it. It's very exciting. It's very exciting. So I'm loving it. I think I went into way too much detail, but that is 20 years of real estate in Florida, because you can't see the future unless you look at the past, if that makes sense. So there we go. Okay. I need Lexi in here. She reads these and interacts and does all the stuff. So we also would love to explore Ocala. Ocala is awesome to explore. I was just doing our newsletters. I have 3 different newsletters that I write. Is that not insane? That's insane. That's a crazy amount of newsletters, but they're for different things. So we have the newsletter for real estate, which is great. If you guys would like to be on the newsletter for the real estate, just let me know. Just email me or I don't know, put your email address over there. Actually, here, it probably would help if I put my email in here. If I actually did it right. There. There we go. Ta-da! Okay. So you can go ahead and like send me an email or whatever and just put newsletter as the subject and I will make sure that you're on the newsletter list. But it's actually really cool. We got, just some different tips, tricks and stuff that's going on in Ocala and stuff like that. And then I have one for the radio station, which is all the entertainment. I know it sounds crazy, all the entertainment news that we have here in Ocala, but keep in mind, there are a lot of different venues. It's small town. I know it's small town America. I get it. But like we have Rock the Country this this month, actually. We have Rock the Country. That's like Kid Rock and Nickelback and oh my goodness, Diamond Rio and like just a whole slew of people are doing a 2-day concert here. And then that same weekend, there's Symphony Under the Stars, which sounds really boring, but it's actually like the event to go to. And there's fireworks involved. It's awesome. It's over at the Ocala Golf course. And goodness, what else? We have a lot of movie theaters. We have the drive-in movie theater. We have there's the Riley Arts Center. They have like a whole bunch of like bands will come in there, or the symphony will be over there, or I don't know, all sorts of stuff over there. And then we have the Ocala Civic Theater, which they have a play pretty much going like constantly over there right now. Don't laugh. It's SpongeBob Under the Sea is the play. It's a play. It's not a movie. It is actually they are actually dressed up like Sally Squirrel and SpongeBob and Patrick and everything. And they're doing a play. And so that's over at the Ocala Civic Theater. And yeah, then they've got the Levitt Amp Ocala Music Series. And that's like free concerts on Friday night over at Webfield. And they also have Sunset Song Series and stuff like that. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of stuff. There's not really a place to go to get all of the stuff in one place. So we just do a newsletter for the beginning of the month. So it shows. All right. Anyway. And then mine is boring. Mine is where I'm going to be speaking at or traveling to or whatever for speaking engagements. And it's kind of boring right now because I did not actually book a lot of speaking engagements or classes or anything like that through Florida Realtors or through National Association of Realtors. In fact, you'll see I'm actually doing a lot of Zoom classes because my daughter is graduating and she's graduating twice this month. So weird. She's getting her associate's degree first, like next week. And then at the end of the month, she's getting her high school diploma. How does that work out? In what realm of reality did that work out in somebody's head? But anyway, so technically she's got her associate's degree from the college before graduating high school. It's so bizarre. And then we have her graduation party and just all sorts of stuff. So I didn't want to go and travel too much this summer because there's just so much going on. Plus, she is in fact going to University of South Florida. So I have to move her over to my my stepbrother's house. Him and his wife are going to be hosting her for the time because they only live like I don't know, like 20 minutes away from the college. And they live really, really close to Veterans Parkway, which is the highway that takes her. It's like a really it's expensive. Toll road's like $20, but it takes her back to our house really, really, really easy with very little traffic. So obviously I want her to take that and come home on the weekends, which she might at first. And then, she's going to be going to the beach with her friends. Like it's Tampa. I mean, let's be honest. So whatever. What is a realistic home cost of living, including the following: mortgage, insurance, and property taxes? Sounds like an awesome place to be. Okay, well, I think so. I love it here, Chief, but some people are like, it's kind of slow. And I love that. I love that. But, I don't want to live in Orlando. If I wanted to live in Orlando, I would live in Orlando. I don't want to live in Tampa or Miami. If I did, I would live there. I can live anywhere in the world. I choose Ocala because it's like in the middle of everything and nothing at the same time. It's great. Anyway, a realistic home cost of living. All right. So mortgage. Well, the average house right now is going for, I believe, 279,000, maybe 278,000. So yeah, that's a thing. I mean, there's a lot of houses that you can get for like 259 right now that are brand new construction, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, double car garage, quarter acre of land. So if you want to, I don't know, a couple chickens or something, you're good to go. Little garden in the back and stuff. Quarter acre of land, perfectly fine. Not in an HOA. If it was in an HOA, that's a totally different thing. Anyway. All right. So let's say you get that. Are we talking down payment or no down payment? Like, what are we talking here? I'm going over to prime lending. I am not a mortgage person, by the way, just to put that out there. Okay. I am not an attorney and I do not play one in TV. No, so I'm not, but I really, really love the calculator, the mortgage calculator over at primelending.com, or just put prime lending mortgage calculator. It'll take you right there. And then you can kind of play with the numbers and it'll show you all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the house is, we're just going to do an average. We're going to do 278,000. Because that's the median house price right now. All right. And we're going to say, I mean, if you do a USDA, there's no money down. So you could do that. Chief, my husband is taking me on a cruise because I need to go and do some stuff. That's also kind of why I'm holding off on doing events, is because she's here right now. And after she goes to college and she has other interests and stuff, I'm going to go and do, I have my book coming out in December. So yeah, just lots of that. All right. So down payment, strength and peace, down payment. Okay. Well, let's say FHA though, and we'll do, I don't know, 3.5%. All right, so 3.5. So that's a $9,730 down payment going by the calculator. It automatically put 6.5% interest rate. That depends on your credit, depends on a lot of stuff, but that's about the average right now. We're going to do a 30-year term, although I really like 15-year. That is going to be more expensive. So there we go. If it's a brand new house, it's probably going to be right around 3,000 for your property taxes. If it's an older home, it won't be that much. It'll probably be not the first year. The first year, you're pretty much not going to even have property taxes because it's only on the land. But the following year, just set aside about $3,000 for that. And then for the home insurance, I mean, it depends on what you want to put on there. It depends what company you go with, but a newer house, concrete block, it's probably going to be less than 15. I would probably say about $1,200. Ours was like 800, but it has gone up astronomically, and now it's a little over 1,000. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1,200. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and calculate that up. So this one, it did put PMI insurance on there, but that's only $25 a month. So total payment with your property taxes, homeowners insurance, brand new house, it's going to be $2,070. 2070. But play around with that. That's yeah. And then, again, if it's an older home versus a newer home, it's going to be less property taxes. If it's a frame built home versus a concrete block, it's going to be more on your insurance. So, I mean, it just depends. Okay. So yeah, I think that answered all those. And then, there's actually 2 videos that I've done where I literally list all of our expenses for the month. It's very uncomfortable for me, but that is something that I did.
Could you try again?
My phone is talking to me. That is creepy. No, I don't want to talk to you. Okay, that was creepy. I don't know. It just started talking. We were the same way when our only child moved to Virginia Beach for 2 years. Yeah, I don't like it. She really dreams of traveling. She wants to travel a lot, but she's 16. So I'm like, look, you're really not going to get to travel. You're not going to go and do all the things that you want to do because you're a minor. And so you can't right now. So you might as well go ahead and just finish out your degree, get a bachelor's, because everybody expects you to be in school anyway right now. So that's what she's doing. She's basically just keeping herself busy. Like she's not even allowed to do a full-time job. Like you might as well just stay in school. I don't know. Strength and peace. Yes, thank you. That sounds very affordable. Oh, good. Glad I could help. Let me know if we can, find you one of these houses. That was very conservative numbers that I gave you. I was trying to be very conservative. Like, I mean, if you did like 5% down, or if you ask for seller concessions, that would be huge. Have them pay down some of your points and maybe get down to like 5% interest rate. There's some stuff you can do with there, but that was very conservative number. So right around $2,000 a month, all in, give or take 100. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I can't. I can't even imagine her going to out of state. Like that wasn't even an option. Thankfully, they have something called Bright Futures, which is from the lottery. Like people buy lottery tickets, and a portion of the proceeds that the state gets or whatever goes to basically a scholarship fund for students in Florida. So, they all try and do Bright Futures, and there's some stuff that you have to do to get it, but it's only valid in Florida. So, she didn't look outside of Florida because she would have missed out on the Bright Future scholarship. Now, mind you, would there have been some colleges like absolutely fighting for her? Yes, absolutely. And I'm well aware of that. Um, but I don't really want her to go out of state. So, and she really wasn't all amped up for it. She's already like, "Mom, what if I get homesick?" And I'm like, "Then you jump on the highway, you come on home, chill out, have some of my cooking, and then you go back to school." It's cakewalk. It's an hour and a half. You're fine. So, it's only an hour and a half away. So, we are okay. We're okay with this. Although we are all Gator haters now, okay? Absolute Gator haters. Is the only college that turned her down was the one in my backyard. I'm like, why? Why? Which they didn't technically, they did. They turned her down, but they said, well, you could apply as a transfer student. But then they're like, we'll let you know up until, we'll let you know before August. Well, all of the other colleges need an answer now. She would have missed out opportunities to them. So, and like USF gave her a really nice scholarship. She didn't even ask for it. So, I mean, that was nice of them. So she's going to that one. It's fine. I'll be fine. And it's only an hour and a half. And I go to Tampa like fairly regularly myself. So it'll be fine. And FaceTime is a thing. But it's just going to be so weird not having her in the kitchen underfoot telling me about somebody leaving the weights on at the gym or like whatever. The dog eating her book, just all the stuff, it's just going to be weird not having her right there in the kitchen. So she's my little buddy. I say she's my little buddy. She's taller than me now. So by like a solid 4 inches. Ah, that's okay. I will not freak out. It'll be fine. Ah. All right. So the idea is for dinner, pizza, because that sounds really, really good right now. Like excellently amazing. Or pub subs because they do a sub of the week and it's on sale. And once in a while, the pub sub is the chicken tender sub, which is the most amazing sub on the entire planet, bar none. Like if you have not gone to Publix and gotten yourself a pub sub, you're missing out. But to go to Publix and not get a chicken tender sub when it's on sale, that is anti-Floridian as far as I'm concerned. So you have to go and get a pub sub, chicken tender sub this week. I think the sale ends on Wednesday. I know. Yeah. Wednesday night, I think. I don't know. What are winter temperatures like? Well, I have a hoodie that I wear. I don't have a coat. Like I do not own a coat. Um we're actually one of the coldest places in Florida. So, I mean, it can get cold. We just don't go outside when it does that. Like everybody shuts down. They're like, "No, it's cold out. We're not doing that." So, it can get down to freezing temperatures. It normally has freezing temperatures like I don't know, 3 days out of the year. So, we can actually get a hard freeze. It is rare and it doesn't stay that long, but for a few hours, but it does happen. So, It can get like 30 degrees, 29 degrees, something like that. It doesn't snow here. Like it did, I think 120 years ago, and it was a major event. So it is possible, but highly, highly, highly unlikely. I've lived here for 20 years. It doesn't snow here. So yeah. So I would say normally that's when we have all of our events outside because it's generally about 40 degrees at night, 50 degrees during the day, maybe 60 degrees. And then this time of year, it starts to heat back up. So right now, let's find out. Right now outside, it's 82 degrees. So it'll be 65 degrees Fahrenheit tonight and 85 as a high during the day, which is pretty hot if you're standing in the sun. Like, stick to the shade, stick to the air conditioning, you'll be fine. And it's not very muggy right now. Pretty soon it is going to be closer towards the high 90s. And that's when everybody is like, no, take me to the air conditioning. I'm over this because it's a very wet, muggy kind. It's basically like standing in a wet sauna all the time. So it's kind of gross. so, so it doesn't really very rarely gets over 100 degrees, but it feels gross. Like you're just sweaty and just saturated. It's just kind of ugh. So we just hang out in the air conditioning. The same as like if you go to a winter type location, they're going to stay in the heat during those winter months and they get cabin fever. Our cabin fever is during the summer. So you'll notice that all of the events are drying up. Like there's not going to be outdoor concerts. There's not going to be like a whole bunch of outdoor events and stuff normally. The only exception is like on holidays like 4th of July. They have to. It's pretty much mandatory that they do something on that one, but it will rain. It's going to rain. Okay. At some point, somebody's going to be on stage doing live music and they're going to have to stop the show for like half an hour, let the torrential downpour come down, and then they will be continuing. And then there's the fireworks. That is just how it goes. Every single 4th of July, it rains for about half an hour. Torrential downpour. Guaranteed. It is guaranteed. Hubby heard you say pizza, so that's what's for dinner at my house. All right. But has he had a chicken tender pub sub though? Because holy smokes, once they put the buffalo sauce on the chicken tender and they cut it all up, and then maybe a little tiny bit of ranch, and once you put all of the stuff on it, it's like the size of a football. Like it's not even possible to eat it. You have to eat it with a fork. It's ridiculous. He doesn't leave the house. Okay. So next time, next time you decide you do not want to make dinner, just you're going to have to split it. Okay? There's no human way possible to eat the entire thing. Like maybe if you're a linebacker or something, but you have to split a pub sub, chicken tender pub sub, and get all the fixings on it that you want, the lettuce, tomato, spinach, banana peppers, pickles, like all the stuff. Just get all the stuff. And I'm not joking. One half is like this. It's like, how am I supposed to eat that? It's crazy. It barely even fits in the bag that they have to shove it in. Yeah, he would absolutely, absolutely love that. It's absolutely the worst thing for you. I think pizza may actually be healthier, but they only do the pub sub, the chicken tender pub sub. It only goes on sale like maybe twice a year, and it's this week, like right now. So, but if you're having pizza already, you're having pizza. So, but I mean, I'm still up by the office, which means that there's a Papa John's like right across the street. My favorite pizza right now is probably Formaggio's, but that's all the way over by downtown, and I don't want to go that far over, so I'm not doing it. Paisano's has the absolute best breadsticks on the entire planet, so that's a thing too. Their pizza is okay, but their breadsticks are amazing. They do they're not breadsticks, they're like dinner rolls, but they're saturated in Italian like dressing. Oh my god. So good. Can you tell I'm hungry? I'm hungry. I should have just gone home and cooked something because I would have been eating already by now or close to it. Whatever. The older I get, the less I like the cold winters in southwestern it gets cold in Pennsylvania, like, super cold, chief, man. I don't no, I don't do cold, um, at all. I lucked out. I went to Colorado Springs, and it was like a blizzard, and then it was really super nice weather, like 70s for the entire week we were there. I missed the blizzard by, like, 2 days. And then it was like, "Okay, temperatures are dropping back to, like, below 0." We're listening to this as we're boarding the plane. We're like, "Peace out. I'm not doing this." Everybody's like, "You're gonna have to take all your winter gear." I'm literally every day going on there and checking the weather report, and I'm like, "I think I'm gonna luck out." I did take boots with me, which I bought specifically for that, and then I was, like, hot and sweaty in them because it was hot out. It was, like it wasn't hot, but it was 60, 70 degrees. So I think the first night I was there, it was kind of cold at night when we first arrived, and I showed up in shorts, by the way, because I wanna be comfortable in the airport and stuff, so, I have my airport clothes, and I look like an absolute homeless person when I travel. But I mean, if you're gonna be sitting and I get to the airport, like, super early, okay? I'm one of those. So I have to get there, like, if you're supposed to be there, like, 2 hours ahead, I'm gonna be there 3 hours ahead, okay? I do not want to stress. It will stress me out. I've missed a flight one time, I'm set for life. I will never, ever have that experience again. So I'm just waiting for any eventuality or anything that happens. So I get there super early. I am in my airport attire. I have slip off shoes. I do not have any belt on. My husband, on the other hand, I don't know what I pack like days in advance. My luggage is over to the side. I have a checklist. It's set, okay? He comes over, I keep the checklist so he can see that he does not need to bring shampoo because he will bring an entire bottle of shampoo, and I'm like, we don't you don't even have that much hair, like, come on." So, like, I have my whole list because otherwise he'll start asking me everything I brought. He'll start asking me if I brought toilet paper. I'm like, "They have that there. What are you even talking about?" So, yeah, so he has to have my list to see what he doesn't have to bring. So, whatever. So, yeah, but he'll show up. He will pack morning of, like day of. We're supposed to be leaving. He's sitting there packing, or his clothes are in the dryer. I'm like, oh my God, I will leave you home. Like, I will straight up leave you home. I gotta go to the airport. So he's like, we have like 6 hours. I'm like, no, 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 no. That is not how we roll here. What if there's traffic? What if there's an issue? What if we have to trek to the other side of the thing? No, no, can't handle it. And he doesn't like putting up with me when I'm all stressed out. So, 'cause, yeah, it's not fun. So we go, I normally pack him a snack or something, but I do not pack him drinks because last time he goes into the TSA line, he has a opened bottle of Gatorade and a fountain drink in this hand and a sandwich in his mouth. And he's like about to try and trek through the TSA. And I'm like, how old are you? Like, they are not gonna let you. Sure enough, he did not even get to go in line. And the TSA person is like, no, no. And I literally took a picture of him because I was like, "This is the most embarrassing thing you've done this week." No, it was crazy. I could not believe that he tried. Had full belt on, his shoes tie up laces all the way up, like absolutely the worst person to go through the airport with. So, yeah, I like slide on everything is yeah, except I got down to Colorado Springs and I was freezing. I'm the only idiot with like everybody else is like ready to go skiing and stuff. They have skis and I'm in shorts and I'm like I just came from Florida. I was comfortable until I got here. I don't own a coat. I have a hoodie. Like what am I doing here? But it was beautiful the next day. So I just had to suffer that night a little bit and then it was absolutely gorgeous the next day. So whatever. I don't do check-in bags. I don't either. And get to the airport 2 to 3 hours ahead. Thank you. And you do a spreadsheet with all my travel do's and notes. I used to do a spreadsheet, especially when I was traveling with the kids, because holy crap. But I found this checklist, like it's a pad of we're going to whatever, and it literally has everything under the sun on it. So I don't have to think up all the stuff I've got. Some of the stuff is absolutely obsolete. Like traveler's checks. I mean, I don't know who wrote this thing. But it's like a pad this big. So I write up at the top where we're going and how many days, and then on the back of it I will put like where, like on Monday I'm wearing this, on Tuesday we're gonna have to go and do like the itinerary essentially. And then I just start checking off and doing stuff on the other side. So anyway, but it's a pre-printed I'm gonna have to show it to you because it was the best thing I ever purchased. And then my husband's like, where's your checklist? Where is it? So I just give him the whole pad and I'm like, it's that's the one on top. But it's really helpful, especially if you're going to multiple places in the same month and you want to try and plan it out. Then the first one is like, okay, this is the first place and it's 6 days. And then, okay, at the end of the month, I'm going for 3 days here. So this is what I need. I don't know. It's helpful. I don't know. It's a checklist for neurotic people. I don't know. And normally, I mean, you know me at this point, I'm a pretty chill person. But there's just some things that I lose my chill. I am not I I like to be prepared for any eventuality while traveling, and I am. So yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys all try like flying line and we're definitely like that, but maybe you're more like my husband. Like he honestly I don't understand. How can you wash your clothes the morning if you have a flight at like 2 p.m. and it takes an hour and a half to get to the airport on a good day, why are you doing laundry that morning? Like, how? How? Like that just drives me nuts. No, I have to be packed, like ready to go. And then you can go down your checklist that morning and like just make sure you've got everything, make sure that you're relaxed. Just no, I can't. No, but he does. He'll do laundry. He'll do laundry and he'll have his back. My stuff's by the door. It's been by the door for 3 days. He's got his suitcase on the bed with all of his clothes laid out. And I'm like, he forgot his swimsuit so many times that I bought him 2 pairs and one just stays in the suitcase all the time. It just stays there. I'm like, you're gonna So he's a mess. He is a mess, such a mess, but I love him, so it's fine. And thankfully, he has a neurotic traveling wife, so it's perfectly, perfectly perfect. You should see what I'm like on a cruise. It's a whole thing, okay? I have that room. Once I go in there, 5 minutes, I've got everything organized to a scary level. Like, I have the little magnet hooks, so all of our bathing suits and our hats and everything can go up on the walls. Everything has a place. Our lanyards have their own hook. All of my bathroom supplies, there is never enough room in those bathrooms. All the bathroom supplies go in a little shoe organizer instead of shoes. It's clear so you can see where your shampoo bottle is and stuff. All of the bathroom stuff, all of that goes in there and you can reach it from the shower. It's awesome. All of it. Just all set up. It is yeah. One of these days I'm going to have to like take you guys on a cruise with me and just video I'll just videographer the whole thing cuz it is so funny. Especially since he loves to go here, there, everywhere. He's like he has a serious fear of missing out. So he's like all over the place. I park myself by the pool closest to the buffet where I don't want to eat a lot. I want to like little tiny little bits. Like I want some hummus or something. Like, little. And I'm like I will be here for the duration of the trip. That is my spot. I'm like Sheldon. So he goes here, there, and everywhere, and I just relax, and it's wonderful. So that's why we like to cruise, is because he gets to be his crazy self, and I get to relax by the pool, and it's wonderful. And I normally have at least one coffee drink daily, and that's my big thing. They have, if you're on an 8-day cruise, I normally with like Royal Caribbean especially, I'll get a coffee card or whatever, and you get like it's like $30, but you get like espresso drinks. Like every day. 1 or 2, I don't remember. I think 2. So I'll have a cappuccino with dinner and stuff. It's fun. It's a thing. That's my thing is I want the coffee drinks, but it's way too much caffeine. But I'm also like, it doesn't matter what time you go to bed on that, so it's fine. We really like cruising. It's a lot of fun, but we just do Royal Caribbean. So I don't know. We're supposed to be doing one at the end of the year. We'll see. Anyway, all right. Well, I'm sure I have bored you guys out of your heads for 45 minutes talking about cruises and traveling and Ocala and yeah, all of that stuff. But I'm sorry. If you live in Florida, you're going to go on a cruise. It's almost inevitable because there's so many ports that you can drive an hour and a half in 2 different directions and you will be at 2 different massive ports. You can go to the Tampa port or you can go over to um, Cape Canaveral. And yeah, that one is a massive one too. So, or you can go out of Fort Lauderdale, or you can go out of Miami, or Jacksonville even has cruises that go out of it. There's a bazillion different cruises, so they all like pick one and you can go out of it. So, aw, thanks, Chief. I'm glad you enjoyed our chat tonight. But yeah, if you enjoy going on cruises, living in Florida is definitely the place to be. Even if you are not actually living by the beach like us, we do not live by the beach. We enjoy the beach. I was just on the beach last weekend with my daughter. But we went for a few hours, enjoyed it, soaked up some rays, had a great time chilling out together. And then we went back to our own house and went back to our own beds, sand free. So I get to visit it and enjoy it, but I don't want to live on it because I don't want to have to deal with hurricanes. So, oh my goodness, you've never been on a cruise. It is so fun. It is so fun. Some of them are definitely better than others by far. But go on a Royal Caribbean. That's just, yeah, Royal Caribbean's a good one to go on. They have the best food by far. They have lots of activities. But yeah, go on like the Oasis or Symphony of the Seas. Those are good sized ships, but not like massive, massive, like iconic. That one's insane. Do not go on that. That is insane. That is too big. Too big. But yeah, it's so fun. And you can get some pretty good deals too. So you don't have to worry about travel or anything. You just go over there, park your car, you're good to go. So now if I go down to Tampa, I could probably get a ride from my daughter. So yay. We're gonna have to start going out of Tampa now. All right. I'm gonna go get some pizza, apparently. I think I'm definitely doing pizza tonight. I don't know. All right. I'm gonna go order a pizza. You guys have a fantastic evening. Thank you for hanging out with me for like 48 minutes. My goodness. Wendy, we'll chat later, I'm sure. And everybody else, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really, really, really appreciate it. It makes it so much more fun when you guys are here. You too. All right. You have a great night too. Bye.